The biggest problem in your life is that you give too many of your problems too much of your attention. Your time and your energy is valuable because it's so limited. There's only so much you can do, let alone enjoy in a single day. How much of that limited, precious energy do you spend thinking about your problems, trying to figure out how to get rid of them, trying to escape to a place where they won't have access to you? Haven't you realized yet that even if you get really good at handling problems, they somehow keep popping up? If you're not careful, you can easily waste your whole life dealing with small or not so small pains and inconveniences, with little energy left to enjoy what matters most to you, all because you believed you needed to solve your problems before you could finally start enjoying your life. All of this problem management takes a toll, because as long as you're focused on your problems, you're surrounded by them. So the hard truth is, it's not the problems themselves that cause your suffering in the long run. It's your compulsive fixation on them. And so the key to well-being is not solving all your problems, and it's not ignoring them either. It's being able to ignore your problems sometimes. Because while some problems must be dealt with, most problems are best acknowledged and then left alone for a bit, so you can surround yourself in a moment of your choosing with something other than problems. But being able to ignore your problems isn't easy, not for the average adult who has a bad habit of compulsive thinking. Your mind is a problem-solving machine. That's what it's built for. But if you haven't yet learned how to set that machine down from time to time, it will run your life. It will ruin your life. Meditation is the practice of learning to set down your problem-solving machine. Not necessarily by turning it off, or even by quieting your thoughts. No, just by learning to take your attention away from them and focus on something else, like your breath, for example. There's nothing particularly magical about your breath unless you choose to focus on it instead of the problems in your mind. Then it becomes quite magical. Developing the freedom to focus on what you choose to focus on and let go of what you choose to let go of is a game changer for your well-being. But it takes consistent practice, at least a few minutes a day, and it takes a willingness to set aside your other problems for at least a few minutes a day. Because meditation doesn't help you fix your problems, it helps you stop fixating on them, so you can finally spend that precious time and energy on what matters most to you. Your loved ones, your work, your creative pursuits, a cozy blanket and a good book, a hot bitter cup of coffee, or a breezy walk through the park, or any of the infinitely beautiful things in your life that you've been missing out on because you've been giving too many of your problems too much of your attention. That is the biggest problem in your life, and that's a problem worth tending to. And fortunately for you, it's a problem that can be addressed through a correct and consistent meditation practice.